Hi, I'm Linda, and this is No Frills ASMR. I showed you guys I got this Constitution of the United States with large size print, so my old lady eyes can see it. And I thought maybe we could just read through what's called the Bill of Rights, which are the first 10 amendments to the Constitution. So they wrote the Constitution and then kind of after the fact realized, hey, we might need a few other things mapped out here. And the Bill of Rights are the first 10 of those things. So I thought we could just read through them because you will see them quoted all the time. I'll try to tell you before I read it what it is about to help, because it kind of has that old style language sometimes. So the First Amendment regards the freedom of religion, speech, freedom of press, and freedom of assembly, which means you can get together. All right. So it says, Amendment 1, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. And what that means is if you're not happy with your government, you should be permitted to assemble or, get together and protest as a group. Just so you know what those words are. All right, the Second Amendment, most of Americans have heard because it's always being talked about, but it is the right to bear arms. So what it says, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. The Third Amendment has to do with soldiers not being able to just come in your house and say, we're staying in this house, which seems crazy now. But Amendment 3, no soldier shall, in time of peace, be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. Now, I think you could expand that to other things. I'll have to look into this some more and think about that a little more. Amendment 4, this one has to do with unreasonable search and seizure. So what they say is the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable search and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue, but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. So they can't just come in and search your house without a warrant or any of your property. So you'd assume that means your phone and things like that. I have to look in that one more too. All right. The Fifth Amendment. Okay. This one is about you can't be forced to testify against yourself, and you can't be tried 2 times for the same crime. Let's see what they say. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on a presentment or indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces or in the militia, when in actual service in time of war or public danger. Nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb, nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. So this is about due process too, because they say here, you shouldn't be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. All right. And here we have the Sixth Amendment. This one is in regards to having a speedy trial and a jury. Okay, well, let's see. In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, to be confronted with the witness against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witness in his favor, and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. Yeah. So you are given a lawyer for your defense. I think whether you can afford it or not, I think that's part of what that is, right? All right. And the Seventh Amendment. Oh, this is okay, let's see. It's about trial by jury. In suits at common law, where the value in controversy shall exceed $20. I think that would have been more back in the day. The right of trial by a jury shall be preserved, and no fact tried by a jury shall be otherwise re-examined in any court of the United States than according to the rules of the common law. So basically, if it's a case with money over $20, then you have a jury. I guess I don't know anything about the Seventh Amendment, to be honest. My mom would. My mom knows all these things. Amendment 8. All right, this has to do with, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. Excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishments inflicted. So you can't make the bail so much that it's deemed excessive, and you can't do cruel and unusual punishment. Okay. And this is 9. The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed or denied, or should not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. I'm not really sure. Amendment 10. The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively, or to the people. Okay, so this one is if the federal government doesn't have power given to it by the Constitution, then the states or the people have that power. So it's not delegated to the government, to the federal government, then the states have the power. The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage. So this one is yeah, I'm still not sure. Somebody explain this 9th one. Certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others. Okay, so you can't use certain rights in the Constitution to take away other rights in the Constitution. That all the rights are in effect. I think that's it. So those are them. Bill of Rights, those are the 10. So it's really not very much. And worth a read for sure. So this is the this is the Constitution that I ordered. That's a large print, and the font cracks me up. It just looks like a teenager wrote it, but but it's nice. It has all of it, and then it has all the signers. So we have the Bill of Rights, but then you go on to the 11th through the 27th Amendments. So the Constitution was the original document, but they had to make amendments as time goes by and different things come up. Things like giving everybody the right to vote. Little things like that.